So everyone is talking about brand and brand equity and how important it is to have a great picture of yourself and a great looking website. I think people are getting distracted from what I call the $1 million presence. You can have $1 million presence or come across as having like $1,000 presence. Presence is what you are, but also what you're not.
Yeah, but people don't know who they are. So one of the main things to build a presence is know who you are. That's where getting a mentor, getting someone, an expert to help you, and getting rid of those things that you believe you are, but you are not, are so important to know who you are. That's what builds presence. It's not the brand, Anybody can hire someone to get them a cool banner, have them say that you are being shown in all of these TV shows and all of that, but that's not your presence. Your presence is going to transcend even the pictures that are out there. The presence is something that people are going to talk about when you are not there too.
It's your reputation. It's everything about you.
Yeah.
A lot of people call it touch points. So if people see you at a seminar, were you present with them? Did they feel like you connected with them? Did you listen to them? It is your banners on your website and your videos, every meme you put out, every Facebook post, every post on your blog, all that stuff comes together and is your online presence, your offline presence, is who you are. And you were saying something about who you are and who you are not.
Yes.
A lot of people identify themselves as their product.
Yeah, you are not your product. You are not even what you studied. You are not even your story. Who you are is how you come in like absolute congruency with everything you put out there. And also how and the why behind there. We always talk about selling to serve. This is the right place where you to build $1 million presence, and not be like $1,000 presence. I love that. You got to focus on giving results to people. Your $1 million presence won't be built without serving others, without creating results for others, without putting them first, without listening to those who you are here to serve. Without that, you will have $1,000 presence, not $1 million one.
So what are you then? If it's not your product, if it's not your service, what is it that you are? What is your presence?
What builds your presence is the congruency of thinking, acting, saying, being, even posting. You said touch points. Yeah. I call them, really like connection points to those who you are going to serve. So if my Instagram is not congruent with my Twitter, if my Twitter is not congruent with my Facebook, it's the same as if my words, my actions, my thoughts are not congruent. So I am that which leaves behind a memory, an emotion, and a transformation in people. So actually the feedback of who you are, it comes from the outside world, that world that you come here to serve.
You had said something about service too, like your service is your reputation.
Yeah.
If you serve people at the highest level, a lot of people are like, how can I get people into this automated program where I don't have to do any work?
Yeah.
That is not going to build your legacy or this presence. Yeah, and I think really that your presence right now does play into a legacy that you're creating. But if you take care of your clients, that takes care of your business and it feeds your business, and you're not having to market out so much. So that $1 million presence becomes this $1 million reputation.
Yes.
And your reputation and your presence, if they match, if those two things are congruent, and your reputation is that you get results, that you're great to work with, that you listen to them, that is what is going to help you with your marketing exponentially.
Yeah, because people trust you. So they don't trust your brand or your label. They trust what they come to experience with you and the results you come to offer to them. And adding value to people. I think the brand thing that people believe they are their brand has put people in a position where they have become products. And they have to cease being human. And we come here to serve leaders, to awaken people into who they are already. They just don't know how to yet. And if we have $1 million presence, we not only build $1 million companies, but we start helping others building $1 million presences themselves.
So what do people expect then if they are creating $1 million presence and we have really premium services and products that we offer? It's very congruent. People aren't going to be talking with us on the phone and be surprised at what you charge, because it's going to be congruent with that $1 million presence, with the results people have been hearing about. There are times where the person that I'm working with, or I'm looking to work with, they have a $1 million reputation. And that reputation supersedes any kind of fakery that someone can say, I'm an awesome person online. They have the great rock star pictures, but they're not getting the results. They don't care about their clients and things like that. Their reputation trumps it all.
But that's, again, I go back to a very simple thing. If you focus on the results of your clients, if you focus to add value, if you focus to serve, that right there is $1 million presence. And why is it unique? Because no one else is doing it out there. It's very few people really caring to create transformation in those they serve. And some people, that are watching us right now, they don't know how they can actually build $1 million presence. They don't even know how to build their presence. And I think one of the things you can do to create like a transformative action right now with this we're doing actually a call to action for leaders to awaken into turning brands into presences that transform, into presences that those sell to serve, and in presences that can actually create a shift in the world towards the legacy that we are building. But right now it's present, so what can we do? Like one of the exercises that we came up with that will help us is like, and if it serves you, imagine that you are another person, and for a week track if anything you are doing, like the touch points, you call them touch points, right? Again, anything, if your Twitter presence, your Instagram presence, how you're dressing, what you're saying, what you're doing, is it congruent? Would you hire someone like that? Would you trust in someone that is saying what you're saying, doing what you're doing, and offering what you're offering? Would you be able to buy from that person? Would you be able to trust that person? Just for a week, and just to remove judgment, imagine you are reviewing someone that you want to hire for your company or that you want to marry. With that person, the person you want to spend the rest of your life, is your presence building $1 million business or $1 million presence here and now.